Namaskar, this is Nirja, and you are listening to Travel World Online. News highlights of the day. Jamaica and Dubai to collaborate on tourism. ETSK hopeful of international tourism boom in Kashmir post G20 meet. Mastercard Economics Institute releases Travel Industry Trends 2023. UnWild Planet becomes India's first travel company to become associate member of IAATO. Jazeera Airways achieves KD 2.3 million net profit in first quarter 2023. Travepic partners with STAAH to woo business travelers. Now, news and details. Tourism Minister of Jamaica Edmund Bartlett has revealed that plans are afoot to facilitate tourism cooperation between his country and Dubai. This is following a meeting with Abdullah Al Saleh, Undersecretary of Foreign Trade and Industry in the Ministry of Economy in the United Arab Emirates, UAE. Both met recently at the UAE's Ministry of Economy, which has oversight for tourism in the UAE, where they discussed areas for cooperation in tourism that will redound to the benefit of both countries and their citizens. Minister Bartlett outlined that Dubai will support Jamaica in terms of MICE market development, logistics and technology, and Jamaica will reciprocate in terms of resilience and sustainability, the building out of human capital programs, product development and marketing. In expressing his enthusiasm at the possibilities for collaboration in cruise tourism, Minister Bartlett noted that Dubai Ports, one of the largest in the world with enormous capacity, is looking for partnerships across the world and Jamaica is a good place to start. A key matter that was also explored during the meeting was the possibility of establishing an outpost of the Jamaica-based Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center, GTRCMC, in the UAE. This would mark the center's latest satellite location, adding to its offices in countries including Kenya, Jordan, and Canada. The tourism minister indicated that further discussions will be held to formalize these arrangements through a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) when both countries convene alongside other nations at COP28 this November. The Jamaica Ministry of Tourism and its agencies are on a mission to enhance and transform Jamaica's tourism product while ensuring that the benefits which flow from the tourism sector are increased for all Jamaicans. To this end, it has implemented policies and strategies that will provide further momentum for tourism as the engine of growth for the Jamaican economy. The ministry remains committed to ensuring that the tourism sector makes the fullest contribution possible to Jamaica's economic development given its tremendous earning potential. Ecotourism Society of Kashmir, ETSK, has welcomed the forthcoming G20 meeting taking place in Srinagar. Samir Bakhtu, convener, ETSK said that he is optimistic that the G20 summit will give Kashmir tourism new heights and will send a positive message globally. He further said that he is hopeful that the countries that had put travel advisories restraining their citizens from traveling to Kashmir will look otherwise, and there will be a huge footfall of foreign tourists in the valley post G20 summit, as was the case in the early 80s. Bakhtu said that the local industry stakeholders see the G20 summit as a milestone for the tourism industry. Our tourism development policies should be based on ecotourism, and we need to have a sustainable approach towards our eco-fragile destinations. Climate change is a global challenge, and promoting responsible tourism will make us resilient against climate change, added Bakhtu. The G20 meeting in Srinagar is taking place from May 22 to 24. New insights from the Mastercard Economics Institute reveal that consumers are taking advantage of a more traditional travel ecosystem in 2023, prioritizing leisure travel and pioneering new corridors around the world. Released recently, Travel Industry Trends 2023 delivers key insights about the global state of travel, punctuated by shifting economic landscapes, persistent consumer demands, and a reopening of mainland China. In the face of a changing economic landscape, post-pandemic preferences for experiences over things and a consistent demand for leisure travel shape the 2023 outlook. Initially lagging leisure travel, business travel found its footing in the latter half of 2022, especially in cultures prioritizing a return to office. With an uncertain economy providing some cross-market turbulence, mainland China's reopening is expected to bolster growth globally with concentrated impact in Asia-Pacific, according to Mastercard Economics Institute estimates. Key findings include: leisure and business travel are growing at the same pace. Driven by the long-awaited lifting of travel restrictions in Asia, global leisure travel remains robust, with flight bookings up roughly 31% in March 2023 compared to the same month in 2019. In the second half of 2022 into early 2023, corporate flight bookings caught up to leisure flight bookings driven by regions with a strong return to office culture. Global leisure and business travel are now growing at the same rate. The insights show demand for in-person meetings, with the most significant growth in commercial travel and entertainment expenses being led by Asia Pacific and Europe up 64% and 42%, respectively, between January to March 2023. China's reopening following tight COVID regulations comes at a time when it will likely have a positive impact on the experience economy, as pent-up demand for travel is expected to drive strong tailwinds. By March 2023, spending on experiences was notably 93% of where it was in 2019 despite minimal travel last year. Economies in the Asia-Pacific region could be obvious beneficiaries of China's opening, given their strong ties to international trade, tourism, and geographical proximity. Based on Mastercard Economics Institute estimates, other countries that are expected to benefit include Northern Europe, Germany and France, and Brazil, which could see a boost in their exports to China as the economy recovers. As consumers are enjoying higher incomes and returning to some level of pre-pandemic comfort, they're also starting to venture further from home to new locations. For travelers from the Asia-Pacific region, the United States and Australia remain favorite destinations for spring and summer journeys. Beginning in late 2022, visitors to Hong Kong started to increase, with the destination edging its way into the top 10 list and soaring to number 3 in February 2023. Luxury travel experiences, such as splurging on high-end accommodation and luxury travel in places like France and Italy, will likely entice Chinese tourists emerging from a zero-COVID environment to rejoin the experience economy. Preference for experiences over things persists, and travelers are demonstrating new demand for the unique. Potentially influenced by social media and entertainment, travelers are landing in lesser-known destinations in search of cultural immersion. As of March 2023, global spending on experiences was up 65% while spending on things is up 12% compared to 2019. Experience-oriented spending is surging in certain corridors where pandemic lockdowns have expired, but Chinese tourists who traditionally over-index on luxury retail compared to other tourists could provide a boost to goods spending across markets. In 2023, travel came roaring back in Asia as China reopened its borders and other markets eased the last of their pandemic-era travel restrictions, said David Munn, chief economist for Asia at the Mastercard Economics Institute. As people around the world prioritize experiences over things, the strong demand for travel is expected to last far beyond the initial revenge travel bump. As we look ahead to the peak summer travel season, the big question is whether flight and accommodation supply can keep up with demand. Comprehensive support to travelers and tourism sector. Travelers want a good experience from the time they book their plane ticket to their first step on new soil, and companies that understand that are better positioned to establish longer and more valuable relationships with their consumers. This key shift in expectations has already started to change not only how companies work with their consumers, but also the way in which we travel. And though consumer behavior will continue to shift alongside the macroeconomic environment, providing more choice in how to pay, like redeeming points for bookings and tailoring experiences, recommendations, and offers are just two strategies that keep the individual traveler at the center of engagement. UnWild Planet, an Indian bespoke luxury travel company, has announced that it has become the first and only Indian travel company to be an associate member of the International Association of Antarctica Tour Operators, IAATO. IAATO is a non-profit organization founded in 1991 to advocate, promote and practice safe and environmentally responsible private sector travel to Antarctica. It operates within the Antarctic Treaty Systems that governs activities and protects the environment in Antarctica. We are honored to be recognized by IAATO for our commitment to sustainable and responsible travel, said Rohan Prakash, CEO of UnWild Planet. For us, travel is not just a business, it's a way to promote a deeper understanding and appreciation of our world. By becoming a member of IAATO, we are committing to protect the fragile ecosystems of Antarctica. IAATO membership is a rigorous process that requires companies to demonstrate a commitment to sustainability and responsible tourism practices. With only 107 members worldwide, UnWild Planet's association with IAATO reflects the company's commitment to rethink travel through its dedication to promoting sustainable tourism practices and protecting the environment over and above its commitment to providing clients with unforgettable travel experiences. IAATO members must demonstrate their dedication to visiting Antarctica safely and responsibly, ensuring minimal impact on the natural environment. They follow various protocols such as having a skilled and experienced staff and crew, maintaining a safe distance from wildlife, and disposing of waste materials appropriately. Additionally, IAATO members possess the necessary expertise and a contingency plan to deal with any unexpected situations that may arise. As an associate member of IAATO, UnWild Planet will continue to lead the way in sustainable travel and work with other companies in the industry to promote responsible tourism practices worldwide. The company recently chartered an entire ship for Indian travelers to visit Antarctica with all the requisite protocols in place as mandated by IAATO. The company's mission was to make each of the participants return home as ambassadors for Antarctica, advocating in their own capacity ways and means to protect this fragile continent. Jazeera Airways has achieved a net profit of KD 2.3 million for the first quarter, Q1, of 2023, compared to KD 3.8 million in the first quarter of 2022, when the strong demand post-pandemic was reflected in higher fares. Total revenue for the quarter reached KD 48.3 million, up 35.2%, while operating profit was at KD 3.62 million. Passenger traffic rose by 56.6% to 1.1 million in this quarter, and the load factor reached 82.1%, with an increase of 6.9% compared to Q1 2022. Announcing the results, Marwan Budai, Chairman, Jazeera Airways said, 2023 has started off on a positive note for Jazeera Airways. Despite fuel prices putting pressure on margins for the first quarter, a continued focus on operating costs enabled us to deliver profits in line with our aggressive growth targets and on track to be a fantastic year. The load factor in this quarter reached 82.1%, the highest ever for Jazeera in any quarter, especially for Q1, which is typically not the strongest. This demonstrates the strength of our business model and sound validation from our customers. Financial and operational highlights. Q1 2023 highlights. Operating revenue, KD 48.3 million, up 35.2% from Q1 2022. Operating profit, KD 3.62 million, down 31.3% from Q1 2022 asterisk. Net profit, KD 2.3 million, down 39.7% from Q1 2022. Passengers, 1.1 million, up 56.6% from Q1 2022. Load factor, 82.1%, up 6.9%. Yield, KD 41.1, down 13.6%. First quarter 2023 review. Jazeera Airways launched direct flights in February from Kuwait to Moscow, the first airline to fly the route. In March, the airline also started flying to Samarkand, its third destination in Uzbekistan following Tashkent and Namangan. New destinations have been announced for Q2 including Larnaca, Cyprus, Belgrade, Serbia and Tirana, Albania. In addition, the airline also announced the resumption of its flights to Prague, Czech Republic and Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina in the summer months. The Jazeera T5 terminal was under refurbishment with 3 new restaurants opening for travelers, 2 on the land side and 1 airside, operational since February. 2023 Outlook. Over the next few months of this financial year, Jazeera will welcome 4 additional aircraft into its fleet. Following an approved training organization certification from Kuwait's Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, last year, Jazeera Airways placed an order for an Airbus simulator. Expected to be delivered by the end of 2023, this simulator will enable in-house pilot training and monitoring to ensure the highest levels of safety for both crew and passengers. The airline also intends to collaborate with the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, ESA, approved training organization to launch our own multi-pilot license, MPL, program. Travepic, a dedicated B2B online travel agency, has announced a partnership with STAAH, a global leader in hospitality technology. With the partnership, Travepic will join STAAH's network of more than 200 distribution channels and enables their inventory to be visible to travel agents and business travelers worldwide. A niche B2B portal, Travepic is the go-to source for all business travel needs. With access to a vast database of hotels worldwide, one can easily search and compare rates to find the best deal for their budget. We are delighted with the tremendous opportunities this partnership brings for our customers, said Bijoy Nag, Director Travepic. It will enable our customers to improve visibility, bookings and revenue via a world-class streamlined distribution system. Through the STAAH Channel Manager, accommodation providers of all types can integrate their property management system directly with their selected distribution channels to enable a two-way flow of room rates, availability, and inventory in real time. The continuous flow of information eliminates the need for manual entry of data to generate higher revenue and profits for accommodation providers, while also lowering their costs of guest acquisition. After a momentary slowdown in business travel following the pandemic, this segment is once again gaining momentum with huge revenue potential, while technology is emerging as a key enabler of innovation and the gateway to further progression in this segment, said Tarun Jokani, Director, STAAH. Founded in India, Travepic has more than 20,000 listed properties, close to 100 corporate, and more than 1,000 travel agents. They specialize in budget properties but have a good mix of properties on offer. Along with the travel offering, the corporate users of Travepic have access to advanced reporting and analytics that provide valuable insights into a company's travel expenses. Its user-friendly interface and personalized service simplifies the booking process and ensures employees have a comfortable and cost-effective stay. That's all in Bulletin. For the latest updates, keep listening to Travel World Online Radio with you always. Kabhi bhi, kahi bhi.